Julie here. This is my cozy spot where I like to get up in the morning and have my morning devotions. I usually get up before the house is more noisy, and I have my coffee time with God. I have my time with God before I have breakfast, before I get ready, before I do anything else. I like to start my day with God. With this whole COVID-19 thing that's been going on, it all started in a small little town or small area of China, and from there it's spread and it's gotten bigger and bigger until the whole world has been affected. And it's kind of like fear. It reminds me of fear. Fear can start as something small, and then it can grow until it's overwhelming and you just can't even bear it. Well, if we keep our eyes on God, we can avoid that, and we need to focus on God and acknowledge Him. I think of Peter when Jesus invited him to step out of the water and walk on the water with him. And we tend to criticize Peter as the one who sunk, but he was the one that got out of the boat. The rest of the disciples didn't get out of the boat. But he was fine as long as he kept his eyes on Jesus and didn't look at the situation. But as soon as he started looking at the wind and the waves and realized how difficult or dangerous this situation was, he forgot about who he was trusting in, and he started to sink. But he cried out to God or Jesus, and He saved him. And it's kind of like that with us. You know, we can look at the situation that the world is in and we can forget who we trust in. We need to acknowledge God. We need to acknowledge that He is in control. I had this moment at the beginning when I started having fears of what if my kids get sick? What if my children or my parents get sick? There's so many what ifs with what's going on in our world right now. What if the economy crumbles? But during my quiet time, when I was reading, and I came across some verses, and every day it's like God opens up new verses to me that give me comfort and strength in this time. I'm just going to share a couple of them with you. This one that jumped out at me right at the beginning is Psalm 24 verse 1. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Everything belongs to God. He is in control. We don't need to be afraid. And then there's Psalms 27 verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I have no one to fear. If I belong to God, then I have nothing to fear. He's going to look after me. I can trust in Him. And I need to acknowledge Him in that every day. And Psalm 27 verse 8. My heart says of you, seek His face. Your face, Lord, I will seek. I will seek the Lord and I will acknowledge Him. And I want to encourage you as well. Find your quiet time. Find your place where you can be quiet before the Lord and reflect on Him and acknowledge Him. And if you haven't done it in the past, it's not too late. I like to think of our lives as sponges, and the more we absorb good things, and when the pressure comes on and we're squeezed under the pressure of difficult times, what we've absorbed is going to come out. And if it's bad, it's going to come out bad. But if it's the Word of God, that hope is going to come out, and we have that hope in God. God bless y'all.